that's it. I just hung out with those guys and gals, and they were nice enough to show me the trailhead. I would have definitely missed it. It's actually extremely easy to miss. There's a little cutoff. You go right past it in this little section here. So, bike performing so well in the bluff earlier this morning. So let's go ahead. It's ready to go. It's as good as it's gonna get. Let's hit it. Oh shit. Oh, the eyeball. Almost died. A little water to make things interesting. Fantastic. Oh crap. So after a rough start, I started having a lot of fun. Initially, it just kind of caught me off guard at how fast it was. The couple said that it didn't get fast until later. You had a time to build up into it, so I was a little shocked. My fork also has pressure bleed offs, so it has optimal performance. I didn't remember to do that. I also didn't open up my suspension all the way, so the bike did feel stiff going through here. I thought that it felt like the suspension wasn't eating up a lot of that turbulence and that small stuff, which would allow me to go a little faster and smoother through there. I also didn't wear glasses, and that was very stupid because I took X amount of leaves and mud and I think bugs in my eyes, and like around these corners I started only having like one eye, and I was pretty blind. I was just trying to make it through it. Lenses fogging up in mud are just not something I ever experienced in Arizona, ever. I also haven't been on anything this fast or fun in probably since I was in my 20s. I swore off Black Diamond trails when I had my first kid, and then I don't know what possessed me to come down here and do this, but I really just wanted to experience what Utah had. I'm only here for a very short time, don't know if I'm ever going to come back, so here I was. Now, this is one of 2 times the front tire just broke traction for no reason, and I crashed on stupid places. The Maxxis Axaguy with the Max Grip compound is just really soft knobs, and it's really good for loose over hard stuff, so I was just really surprised in how bad it kind of performed out here. I maybe want to chalk it up to just a bunch of random patches of stacked up gravel several inches thick that is not very easy to identify if you're not used to riding around it. But the bike and I are fairly unscathed. The bike is extremely durable, and I came in full body armor expecting to crash, so whatever, we're going to keep going. I have no excuse for this crash. It was just pure stupidity, like an IQ failure. I don't know why I turned so far to the right. I pedal caught that random stick sticking out of the ground, and there I went down the hill. Probably wouldn't have been that bad, but my leg got stuck in I think the triangle, and I fell right on all that timber, and some of that timber scraped the side of my body. It hit the side protection and the body armor, and I could feel it, and then I had to pull it out of me because it was stuck between me and my camelback. So like my leg and my side and my ankle like visibly hurt, and now I'm kind of shaken. Now my confidence is kind of shot. Bike's also not doing so hot. The handlebar and seat post are like bent off course, and I didn't really catch it, but my derailleur, my shifter pod, that also got caved in. Not to mention this was the second crash immediately after the first one. And I'm not as young and elastic as I used to be, but I had a lot of fun doing this. I got a little carried away, and now I quickly remember why I swore off Black Diamond Trails. But there is only one way out of this, and that's through it. So we are going to finish it in what I'm going to chalk it up to be a rather conservative run, because crashing at this point in time, I crash a third time, I don't know what it's going to be like. The bike does not feel quite the same after that crash. Something's off about it. Probably should have pulled it off the trail and inspected it, but I didn't want to lose all of my momentum and my like adrenaline that I had going on. Once it's gone, you just get tired. But I did skip some of these things. Actually, looking at it through the trail, like a lot of these car jumps were very doable. I should have not chickened out on that one. I could have cleared that. And I was just shook. I'm like, let's just get through it. Ride the safest single track I can find. And, well, none of it was really safe, let's be honest. But what I can say is that this trail had tons of options. It had so many other things, jumps, little jumps, big jumps, off sections. I didn't even know where they went. But it was so nice and flowy. And just if you had really good instincts and skill, you probably would just love this trail. I don't know if this trail is for random 40-year-olds like myself who refuse to get old and just want to catch a glimpse of what their downhill days used to be like. I know I shouldn't have bailed from that. I should have just probably went through that. I could have manualed over that. It wasn't very big looking at it from the side now. I just didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I tried to bail. Reasonably, I think that tire should have gripped, and I should have been able to pull that off, but it just slid right there. I don't know if it was just a serious amount of dirt or compaction of gravel, but you can tell there's an offside for people who don't want to do it. But that's also loose and probably worse than what it would have done if I would have just actually went through with the jump and went through that trail.
Like if I known that was coming, I might have went for that, but then you got to make it clean or you run to the tree. Yeah, somebody who has high skills would probably love this. I don't have high skills, and even I love this shit. Bike, come on, survive. I know you don't feel good, neither do I. But the survival must go on.
So in that fall, I jacked up my wrist. So that's, I think, 4 body parts that are compromised, and I don't know, this is kind of just a really slow ride of shame right here. This is like a beginner pace. I'm just trying to, I don't know what a 4th time would honestly do to me that's what I'm thinking, right? Just get through it. If my bike breaks or I break, then I have no friends, I don't know anybody, my wife is sure as heck not gonna come and get me, so like I'm all I got, and I just gotta get down it and finish through it. Maybe this should have been my pace the whole time, feeling the trail out, because it really isn't. I gotta ride a trail 2 to 3 times, like in a fairly short span of time, to gauge and then put out a strategy and have a really good run. Generally, if my Truck Rail 7 is a full-powered e-bike, it would have just totally went up that trail again very easily. I could have shuttled myself like maybe 2 or 3 times before I got too tired to do anything. So I'm kind of just bummed that I blew my whole wad and had real poor strategies on one run, and I came out this trail so jacked up my bike was unusable toward the very end, as I found right now. I guess falling down that hill into the timber, my shifter pods got bumped forward, and then on that last crash, it scraped the buttons off the shifter pod, and almost broke the whole thing, but definitely the shifter pod is compromised and that doesn't shift right. My drivetrain is also jacked. I don't know if I bent the cage or whatever, but I'm done. So, yeah, now that I've at my truck safe and I've kind of slightly decompressed from that, I'm pretty sure I screwed my right leg up fairly badly. Like the whole leg is not doing well. So I'm gonna try and stretch it out, maybe put some icy hot, and then figure out what I'm gonna do. Overall, that was super fun. I haven't had that much fun in a long time. I probably will not do that. I mean, if I had to hit one trail, it was just an adrenaline milking trail, I would have done that. Then I've done all these crashes so you don't have to do them. So pay attention to what I did, and then just pretend like you've already went down it through me. And then just don't do what I did. All right. There's a lot of things I wish I could have done. If I'd have known Utah was that awesome, I would have planned to take even more time there and possibly scouted and planned some trips, had a better game plan. Definitely would have rode up in Park City and took in one of the lifts. But my bike's jacked up pretty bad and it needs a little bit of help. So we're just gonna go ahead and tune it and fix what needs to be fixed and replace what we can't fix.